I'll take the next question, which is how should leaders think about balancing governance with the threat of competitive advance and keeping public trust? What's the right balance? But, I really take organizations need to, slow down to go fast, kind of approach here. And that is, it helps to think about what the converse would be. In other words, if you're so worried about moving quickly, because you're concerned about some kind of competitive pressure, you're that much more likely to introduce something that has an adverse effect. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean ethical. It can mean all kinds of adverse effects. One example that we've seen is a company that introduced AI functions into its software, but it didn't adequately train the users on how to interact with those, what to expect. And the impact was negative NPS scores, a flood of tickets into the system saying it's not working the way that it's supposed to, or the AI or the software is broken. And that set that company back a bit, honestly. And it's even more profound if you release something that does have an adverse effect, because not only will you have to kind of pull it back off the shelves to, take several steps back in your development, but you're likely to lose board support, executive support. People across the company are going to say, oh, we shouldn't mess with that because, it had that bad outcome. And so we just stay away from it. And those things can do more to impede your AI advance than, any other influence. So, you need, think about moving, but think about moving smartly, because putting something out there that works and doesn't have adverse effects is what you're ultimately trying to accomplish.